Good morning, dear students. Now we see the unit 2, and the title of the unit is Forces and Motion. When we do some work, we apply some forces that may be push or pull. In the first picture, the man unlocking the door. Here, the man pushed the door. The next picture, the boy pull the bag. So here pull is given. Pull is the force. Next one, the boy kick the ball. Here kick. Here the boy push the ball. Next one, motion and rest. When there is a change of position of an object with respect to time, then it is called motion. If it remains stationary, it is called rest. When there is a change of position of an object with respect to time, then it is called motion. If it remains stationary, it is called rest. In the first one, the man unlocked the door. That is the motion. Before unlocking the door is rest. That is the rest. In the second picture, the boy pulled the bag. That is the motion. Pulling the bag is the motion. Before pulling the bag, that is rest. The last picture, the boy kicked the ball. This is the motion. Before kicking the ball is at rest. Can you identify whether it is push or pull that results in motion in the following cases? In the first picture, the girl taking water from the well. In this work, yes, pull is given. In the second picture, the man, yes, pushing the vehicle. The second one, push is the answer. Next one, the third picture is the boy sticking the wheel. Here, yes, push, the boy push the wheel. Push is the answer. Next one, the girl is swinging on the swing. Here, the boy pushed the swing. Yes, here push is the force. Next one, here the man tried to stop the bullocks. Here, the boy pulled the bullocks. Here, pull is the force. Next one, here using the hammer, the nail is fixed. Here, pull is given to fix the nail. So, pull is the force. We see the first event. In this first event, the man in the boat is moving with respect to the bank of the river. He is rest with respect to the boat. In the first event, the man in the boat is moving with respect to the bank of the river, but he is at rest with respect to the boat. In the second event, we find out the answer. The girl on the swing is dash with respect to the seat of the swing. The girl on the swing is moving with respect to the seat of the swing, but she is at rest with the respect to the garden. In the third event, Nisha is going to her grandmother's house by bicycle. The girl on the bicycle is dash with respect to the road. She is dash with respect to the bicycle. The girl on the bicycle is moving with respect to the road, but she is at rest with respect to the bicycle. Next one is how the things move. Motion occurs when the object is pulled or pushed by an agency. Motion occurs when the object is pulled or pushed by an agency. Forces are push or pull by an animate or inanimate agency. Forces are push or pull by an animate or inanimate agency. Animate and inanimate is nothing but animate means contact and the inanimate means non-contact forces. In the first picture, the girl is swinging on the swing. Here, the boy helps to swing the girl in the swing. This is the contact force. So the next one is in contact force. That is mysteriously ripened coconut falls to the ground. What pulls it to the ground? The gravity pulls the ripened coconut from the tree to the ground. Here there are two types of forces. One is contact force and the another one is in contact force. And the another one is non-contact force. Wind making a flag flutter, a bullock pulling a cord or contact forces. Magnetism, gravity. Magnetism and gravity are some examples of non-contact forces. When we bring a magnet near a small iron nail, the nail jumps into the air and sticks with the magnet. Observe that the magnet and the nail did not touch each other. Still, there was pulling force that made the nail to jump toward the magnet. In these two examples, the force is applied without touching the object. Such forces are known as the non-contact forces. Now the next one is forces can. So now we fill the empty boxes. Forces can move objects at rest. Forces can change the speed. Forces compress or expand. Not only these, forces can change shape also. Then the force can rest to move, and then the forces can change direction also. Can you give some example for contact and non-contact forces? So forces. First one is contact forces. Already one example is given, that is kick a ball, football. Kick a football. So now the next example is the man stopped the bullock cart. This is the example for contact force. Then the next type is non-contact force. Here the example is given, that is magnet attracts the nails. Then the next example, that is coconut falls on the ground. Coconut falls on the ground. This is the example for non-contact forces. Here motion is classified. So motion is classified on three types. One is based on the path, another one is based on duration, and the last one is based on the speed. So motion is of three types. One is based on path, and the second one is based on duration, and the last one is based on speed. Based on the path, the motion is further classified into linear motion, curvilinear motion, circular motion, rotatory motion, auxiliary motion, and zigzag motion. Based on the duration, the motion is classified into periodic motion and non-periodic motion. Based on the speed, the motion is classified into uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Now we see the first motion based on the path. Based on the path, the motion is divided into 6 types. We see first these types. First one is the linear motion. Linear motion, that is moving in a straight line. Linear motion means moving in a straight line. For example, person walking on a straight path. Free ball. This is the examples for the linear motion. So next one is the curvilinear motion. Curvilinear motion, moving ahead but changing direction. Moving ahead but changing direction. This is called curvilinear motion. Throwing ball is the example for the curvilinear motion. Next one is the circular motion. Moving in a circular path. Moving in a circle path is known as the circular motion. So swelling stone tied to the rope. This is the example for circular motion. The next one is the rotatory motion. The movement of body about its own axis. The movement of body about its own axis is the rotatory motion. Rotating top is the example for the rotatory motion. Next one is the oscillatory motion. Coming back to the same position after a fixed time of interval. Coming back to the same position after a fixed time interval is known as oscillatory motion. Pendulum is the best example for the oscillatory motion. Zigzag motion, motion of a honeybee, motion of a bee or people walking in a crowded street is the example for the zigzag motion. Look at the pictures and say which one is which motion. The first one is given, that is the linear motion. The second one is that is the curvilinear motion. The third one is that is the circular motion. Next one is the zigzag motion, that is irregular motion. The last one is the oscillatory motion. Now we see about the periodic and non-periodic motion. Now we see about the periodic and non-periodic motion. First one is periodic motion. Motion repeated in equal intervals of time is called as periodic motion. Motion repeated in equal intervals of time is called periodic motion. Let us take the example of trees swing in wind. This motion is not an uniform interval. Such motion are called non-periodic motion. Revolution of the motion around the earth is example for the periodic motion. The children playing in a swing is both periodic and oscillatory motion. Now we calculate the average speed. The taxi traveled, using the taxi, we traveled 160 km in 2 hours. Using the bus, we traveled 200 km in 4 hours. Using the truck, we have traveled 300 km in 5 hours. How do we say, let us calculate how long they travel in 1 hour. Average speed equal to distance covered by time taken. Distance traveled by the car in 1 hour equal to 80 km, that is 160 km by 2. Distance traveled by the bus in 1 hour equal to 50 km, that is 200 by 4. Distance traveled by the truck in 1 hour equal to 60 km, that is 300 by 5. Have you find out? Say now, yes, car is the fastest and the bus is the slowest one. Let us calculate some sums. A cat travel 150 meters in 10 seconds. What is its average speed? A cat travel 150 meters in 10 seconds. What is its average speed? Average speed equal to distance covered by time taken. That is equal to 150 meter by 10 second equal to 15 meter per second. Prior ride her bicycle 40 km in 2 hours. What is her average speed? Average speed equal to distance covered by time taken. That is equal to 40 km by 2 hours. So that is equal to 20 km per hour. Speed equal to distance travel by time taken. That is S equal to D by T. S equal D by T or S into T equal to D or T equal to D by D per second. Therefore, the distance traveled is speed into time. Here S equal to 50 km per second. T equal to 5. Therefore, S into T equal to 50 km per hour into 5, or that is equal to 250 km. Now we compute the following numerical problems. If you travel 10 kilometers in 2 hours, your speed is 5 km per hour. If you travel 15 kilometers in half hour, you would travel dash kilometer in 1 hour and your speed is dash kilometer per hour. 30 kilometer in 1 hour and 30 kilometer per hour. If you run fast at 20 kilometers per hour for 2 hours, you will cover dash kilometers. We will cover 40 kilometers. Next one is uniform motion and non-uniform motion. If an object covers uniform distances in uniform intervals, then the motion of the object is called uniform motion. If an object covers uniform distances in uniform intervals, then the motion of the object is called uniform motion. Otherwise, the motion is called non-uniform motion. Now we see the multiple motion. Look at the bicycle in the picture. What type of motion does the wheel perform? What type of motion does the cycle in total perform? The tire rotate and make a rotatory motion, but the cycle as such move forward in a linear path. Now we see the next box, multiple motion in a sewing machine. So in this, motion of the needle is periodic or oscillatory motion. Motion of the wheel is rotatory motion. Motion of the footrest is oscillatory motion. Now we see science today. Robots are automatic machines. Some robots can perform mechanical and repetitive jobs faster and more accurately than people. Robots can also handle dangerous material and explore distant planets. The term robot comes from a Sikh word roboto. That's meaning is forced labor. Robotics is the science and study of the robots. Now the first one, what can robots do? The robots can sense and respond to their surroundings. They can handle delicate objects or apply great force. For example, they can perform eye operations guided by a human surgeon or assemble a car. With artificial intelligence, robot will also be able to make decisions for themselves. Next one is, how do robots sense? Electronic sensors function as robots' eye and ears. Twin video cameras give the robot a 3D view of the world. Microphones detect sounds. Pressure sensors give the robot a sense of touch to judge how to grip an egg or heavy luggage. Built-in computers send and receive information with radio waves. Next one is the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence attempts to create computer programs that think like human brains. Current research has not achieved this, but some computers can be programmed to recognize faces in a crowd. Next one, the last one is, can robot think? Robots can think. They can play complex games such as chess better than human beings. But will a robot ever know that it is thinking? Humans are conscious. We know we are thinking, but we do not know how consciousness works. We do not know if robots can ever be conscious. Then the next one is, what can robot? Next one is, last one is nanorobotics. Nanobots are robots scaled down to microscopic size in order to put them into very small spaces to perform a function. Future nanobots could be placed in the bloodstream to perform surgical procedures that are too delicate or too difficult for standard surgery. Imagine if a robot could target cancer cells and destroy them without touching healthy cells nearby. Thank you, students.